Hey everybody, how you doing? Hello and great to see you today or this evening whenever you are watching this video. Well, we sure have had an influx of AI stuff from all kinds of bands, and I won't go into all of them because you know them a lot better than I do. But being a Beatles fan, I thought I'd just throw it out there and see what you guys think of all of this with the Beatles and different things. I've written down a few notes of some of the songs that I've heard and some of the stuff that I thought was interesting. A lot of the songs that I've heard were more or less not really necessarily AI generated and fake songs, but matched up songs. Like one of the ones, for instance, was Paul McCartney and Brian Wilson doing Wanderlust together, which let me know out there. I don't know if Brian Wilson ever did that before, but I don't think he ever did. And it's kind of a unusual song that the two of them doing that together, and that's definitely an AI thing. But it does sound like Brian Wilson, that's for sure. A lot of these AI clips that come about on video YouTubes and stuff like that don't really sound like the person. You know, you hear somebody like Janis Joplin or Jimi Hendrix or something like that, or Jim Morrison, and they really don't sound like it. But some of these that I've heard with Brian Wilson and Paul McCartney, it really does sound like Brian Wilson, and it really is amazing of how well they did make it sound like Brian Wilson. So that was really kind of a very interesting kind of song that I thought was not too bad. But a lot of these songs were songs that were matched up with vocals, like John Lennon and Billy Joel. I'll Cry Instead. Which is really kind of interesting to hear Billy Joel, because I think Billy Joel has done that in concert, and of course John's done it. But it's very interesting that they. This is a different category I'm getting into now with talking about matchup with two songs, of taking two songs and matching them up together. Do you like something like that when they match them up and kind of create a brand new song, or do you think it's something that's absolutely worthless? We certainly had a very interesting time with when the Beatles themselves kind of ended up doing three songs with Free as a Bird, Real Love, and Now and Then. And Now and Then definitely was an AI exclusive song that was really kind of neat, of bringing all four of them back together. On one hand, I loved it. The video of it was fantastic. And then on the other hand, I thought it was a little close to kind of being cheesy, the song, when they did it. It's one of those that made you kind of wonder if they should have done it or not. What do you think? I mean, should they have done that song or not? But great to see all four of them doing that and performing. I kind of liked it, but then, it's a double edged sword. I liked it, but I didn't like it. Some of the other songs I want to talk about were matchup songs. Um, John Lennon and Ringo Starr with Only You. Now, that's really interesting to hear because John basically did that song only on a bootleg, and Ringo released it as one of his regular records. But to hear the two of them match it up, it's actually very well done, and I kind of think it's not too bad. So to have a matchup on a lot of these songs were actually pretty good. So that was actually a pretty good. Okay, now back to talking about AI songs. This one is George Harrison and Olivia Newton-John. Yeah, you heard me right. Doing What Is Life. I've never heard Olivia do this, so this is definitely an AI song, and of course it's George's song, but it's done pretty well. It's not too bad, but it's definitely an AI song. Some of them you're like, that does not sound like the artist at all, but this one does. So this one's very interesting to hear and very well done as a song So there's the next one, which is Ringo and John doing "Grow Old with Me." Now I know Ringo did this on one of his albums pretty recently, and he was talking about how much he enjoyed doing that and what a great thing it was. But the matchup with the two of them singing together is actually very smooth and very beautifully done. It's actually kind of nice. I kind of liked it. So let me know what you think about all of this, of matching these songs up. Is this kind of a fraud, or is this kind of a kind of an interesting thing to listen to, with coming about of maybe saying this is new Beatles music? It is, but it isn't. So next one I got was "Beautiful Boy," John Lennon and Mickey Dolenz, the Monkees. Back to Mickey in the Sleepy Time, I think that is the album. Mickey singing "Beautiful Girl," which is to his daughter, and then John singing "Beautiful Boy" to Sean, his son. This They actually sound very good together. They sound very smooth together. I'm kind of surprised. They really, whoever mixed this did a very good job of these two songs blending together back and forth. This is kind of neat. Very unusual. John Lennon stepping out from Milk and Honey, and he's doing it live. So he's totally got a crowd, and the crowd's it's a little. Well, yeah, it's fake, but you can tell it's a little more than fake. It kind of sounds good in the beginning, and it's kind of neat, but it kind of makes you think, what if John lived, would he have done that song live? Which makes you kind of wonder. So even though it's a bad song, and bad in the regards that they kind of mixed it poorly with John doing it live, makes you kind of think, would they have toured, John and Yoko? Which I've heard interviews and stuff like that with John where he's talking about, yeah, he's going to do one more album and then pull together a band. And this was an interview in 1980, so there was strong possibility of that, of John deciding to do this. So a tour would have been very interesting if it came about, but sad to say, we lost John, and nobody will ever know. But this is kind of close to what it could have been if John ended up doing this song live, stepping out. So this is really kind of a stretch on this one, but this is, I'm pretty sure, an AI song as well, with Cat Stevens and George Harrison singing "Here Comes the Sun." So that is very interesting to hear. It's not bad. I mean, it's a little bit on the border of not really sounding like Cat Stevens, but it is. But it is, and it kind of go back and forth, and it's kind of a matchup between George and Cat Stevens. Very, very interesting song to choose for the two of them to do that together. That's an interesting one. So I'm just kind of doing a video, sort of like you're sitting here with me, and we're just talking back and forth and discussing about these matchup songs and the AI songs. But I'm mostly curious to find out what you think about them. Do you think they're a total ripoff of the two songs coming together and being matchups, or AI songs? Or do you think that's not bad and kind of fun to listen to? And there's been some bootlegs that have come out, and some other unusual vinyl albums that have come together of being an AI put together album and matchups and stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm just, like I said, I'm just throwing it out there because we're just kind of having a discussion back and forth, and letting you know what I thought about it. And I'm curious to know what you think about it. I mean, write your comments down below, and I'll be anxious to read what you have to say, because I understand, a lot of this, I mean, the Beatles music to a lot of people, and I wouldn't go so far as saying sacred, but it certainly is on a level of genius, I guess, maybe is a word you might choose. So tampering with them or changing them around can be kind of dangerous in lots of ways, I think. It could have been something that could have not really been done if they did this. But then again, I don't know. Um, it's very interesting to see what this all is. And the other big discussion that I want to leave you with is, where are we headed in the future with this AI? Is AI going to take place for a lot of movies and a lot of fake stuff to where we can't really distinguish between realism and fakeism? Well, okay, fakeism. Made up the word. So yeah, I mean, what's going to happen? Is songs going to be taken apart to where next album will come out will be Jimi Hendrix jamming with Billy Joel, or Van Halen jamming with John Lennon, or something like that? That might be interesting. But anyway, I don't know. Like I said, I'm opening this up for discussion, and if somebody wants to do a video on AI and Beatles and other rock groups, or movies to come in the future with AI, comment down below. Let me know what you think. I will be like I said, very interested to hear your comments and what you think about this whole thing with the changes of all of that. Also, I recently ran across a magazine with John Lennon, and it's all about AI, and it shows a picture of what John would look like today. So let me show you what that picture looks like now. Yeah, don't ask me what magazine it is. I don't remember which one it is or what it's called or anything like that, but just thought you might get a kick out of seeing the picture of that. All right, there we go. My AI video. Just a fun one to throw out at you to see what you think about this whole video and about AI, regardless of what group it is or whatever, that kind of fun thing. Also, I'm putting up a bunch of videos and pictures and all kinds of fun stuff on Instagram. So check me out at Beatle Brad Collectibles on Instagram. And I put up a lot of stuff that you have not seen. I'm putting stuff on my YouTube channel, but that channel has a lot of stuff that you haven't seen, and gonna post a whole lot more. So head on over there after this video. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, thank you so very much for watching. Thanks for being here, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And I got a lot more videos to come. I got some more great Beatles stuff that just came in, so stay tuned. Yeah, good fun stuff. So as I say on my channel, oh yeah, that's it. I'm out of here. Take care, everybody. See you on the next video.